Hey guys, welcome back to Susan Shares. And Angie's back in town, and I love for Angie to be in town and do a Susan Shares. Hi, Angie.
Hey, Susan. How you doing?
Fine. And y'all already know, without introduction, who Angie is. We've been best friends since we were 8 years old.
That's right.
And we leave it at that, don't we?
Yes.
Now. But Angie came up, and we are going to Israel at the end of March into the 1st of April. And so we had an Israel meeting last night. And while she was here, Steve's out of town, and we started cleaning out my pantry.
Yes, we did.
And Angie's kind of OCD about that,
yes,
aren't you? And so, and I'm so grateful for that because it needed cleaning out, and it's embarrassing how badly it needed cleaning out. So anyway, we started cleaning it out, and it started these thoughts running through my mind, and I started sharing it with Angie, and I said, will you do a Susan Shares? And she said, absolutely. Because she is kind of OCD about it, and we took it very seriously, and it started becoming a real meaningful experience, actually, didn't it?
It did.
And
it was therapeutic.
Very. Angie kept saying, this is so therapeutic. That's what she kept saying. And then we'd stop and we'd take a run to the dumpster, and we took a run to Helping Hands, and because we found other things besides food in there. And then we'd take so we would throw away, give away, save, put someplace else, all this kind of stuff. And I've done another Susan Shares years ago on cleaning out and expiration dates and kind of using it as a metaphor, but this one is a little bit different. As we kind of talked about, and it was really powerful, I think, about what we were talking about, because some things were in there, like Angie would look and go, Susan, 2011. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, it would be like a sauce. It wouldn't be like, it's not like a science experiment, like a piece of bread or anything, but it would be like a sauce here and a jar of salsa or something like that. And so we were throwing a lot of stuff away that was like 2011. Oh, here's one 2014. Oh, here's one, and everything. And I was like, let's do all this before Steve gets home. So
yes. We were on a mission.
We were on a mission. And so our cups say,
pray.
Yeah. Pray. It says pray on hers, and it says hope.
Can you
on
say
mine. This was a gift set for someone. Julie Aspel, actually. I'll shout out to Julie. Gave me these, pray, and then hope is in mine. But got to have that caffeine in the morning too. But we were cleaning that out, and you want to share what you said first, and then I'll.
Well, we just talked about how our stuff just clutters everything up, our old stuff that we hold on to, and how it was hard to even walk in there because there were things, cluttered around our feet that we didn't even really know what they were. We weren't even aware that they were there, but we would pick up something and go, oh, who knew this was here?
Yeah.
We got to get rid of it, give it to the right person, whatever.
Yeah, I got some 2011 stuff I needed to get rid of a long time ago, personally.
Yes. Well, 2015 was a really bad year for me.
Oh, wow.
And I had a lot of stuff to get rid of. Personally, that I've been working on for a long time. And every time that I'm freed up from, some piece of or some portion of what's on my shelf and in my storage, in my pantry, so to speak, it makes more space, for God to come in and do something new.
And that was our message today is, we got to thinking, and that's what just meant so much to me. And I exposed, I was being honest, like I did have some, some bad stuff in my pantry that needed to get cleaned out. But don't we all have bad stuff in our heart and bad stuff that we need to get worked out? Like I said, I had some 2011 stuff. Angie had some bad stuff in 2015. 2016 that we were still working on with her, and I did too. And we all do. You do. And we have to work through it with Jesus. So he So it does leave space. And I've got so much. If I opened up my pantry, I wish we could take the phone and show you my pantry. It looks so fantastic, and there's so much space and so much clean space. And that's the way our heart is. When we do forgiveness work, when we wipe that out, it's so much work. It's so much freedom, and it's so much space, clean shelf space, so to speak, metaphorically, for God to work and move in our life.
Yes, and I think when you open your pantry, it looks like freedom.
It looks like hope.
It looks like hope. And we said to each other, and we'll say to you today, how long have you been holding on to your stuff?
Mm-hmm. How long?
How long have you been holding on to it? Because we talked about the fact, too, that God is not a bully. He's not going to push something aside that you're holding on to intentionally and voluntarily. Mm-hmm. He's waiting on you to make space for him.
Mm-hmm. And also at the bottom of some of these jars that were like 2011, 2014, at the bottom of it, there was corrosion. And that's what happens in our heart. It gets very, very corroded. And we get bitter and angry. And that comes out in all relationships. And you don't want that. But it was just a visual of all these things that we began to talk about spiritually. Mm-hmm. So even though it was a pantry, and that's a simple thing, but as you began to empty out jars like that were old and expired, there's evidence of why there's an expiration date. And, there's never an expiration date with Jesus.
That's right.
He's always ready for you to come to him. But we have to come to him. Are you okay?
Did you hear that? She won't let me have breakfast beforehand.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was...
It's 7 minutes.
Such a serious moment. Ooh. Okay. Well, we love you and hope that this helped like it helped us. Okay. All right. Clean out your pantry, metaphorically speaking. Okay. Take it to Jesus. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Susan.